Thanks, Sarah. Pleasure to be here. And with the roof open, a little bit different than normal conditions here at Marvel Stadium. But we've got a couple of the big guns of the competition in the search of the Coleman, Tex Walker and Harry Mackay at either end of the ground. We've got a couple of superheroes head-to-head on Marvel with Patrick Cripps and Rory Sloane, the two captains tossing the coin. And it's good to see such a big crowd in. In fact, there was a lot of love in the house when Patrick Cripps ran out today, just to show their appreciation, the Blues fans, with the re-signing, the 6-year contract extension of their captain, their Blue Superman, Patrick Cripps. Will that be the magic bullet for Carlton today to get something moving? So the ball in the middle, perfect conditions.
Looking forward to seeing young Tom de Koning strut his stuff, Dwayne. I think he's a generational talent. Could be one of the best ruckmen in the game in the near future. Really good athlete.
Yeah, no Pinanet out with an ankle injury, so O'Brien and de Koning to go out. The opening bounce. We're underway at Marvel, and the flick down of those two superheroes, Cripps and Sloane, were head-to-head in the middle for that ball up. Nunes with a wide ball. Scholl out there as well. Curnow gets the wobble to half-forward, bounced over the head of Owies. And Duday and Martin content to see it out.
You mentioned Scholl there, Dwayne, straight in the action, chasing Nunes after the ball, but just needed the spell, worked really hard the first part of the season, just tired himself out a little bit. He's a running machine, fresh now, off a spell. Look for him to have a big game.
Sloane and Cripps side by side again for this ball in. Ball flicked down to Laird. Got the kick away for Adelaide. Tex Walker comes up to make a contest. Williams slams on the boot. What a week he's had. Eddie's down there and Jones got there ahead of him. Great grab.
Saved the day. Eddie Betts' name all over it.
Chase Jones toward Thilthorpe, who really had to motor to get there. He's growing with each passing game now. Seedsman, middle of the ground. Short sleeve this afternoon. Beautiful conditions. Spear pass, hoping for McAdam. Got to him on the bounce. Handed it up to Jimmy Rowe. Rolled beautifully by Silvani.
Yeah, Hamill wasn't on. There wasn't enough clearance or space between Rowe and the tackler, and Silvani was excellent in his chase down.
De Koning, a piece of it down to Kennedy. O'Brien helps keep it in. It'll be an interesting afternoon. We've got a Fogarty and a Fogarty. We've got a Mackay and a Mackay. We've got a pair of Joneses. We nearly had a pair of O'Brien, but lucky O'Brien didn't get the nod as the sub for Carlton. Ball knocked down to Walsh. Good wraparound tackle by Jones, one of the two Joneses. And we'll get a ball up, centre half forward for the Crows. Big slap down O'Brien, but straight to Walsh. Bends it towards the wing. Silvani again pursues, and he wrapped up Kelly, brought him down. Curnow with the back pedal. Great smother. Kelly gets it out.
And it looks like Ed Curnow's been set to chase down a couple of these attacking half-backs or push up onto a wing. He's taken Seedsman. He's also gone to Brodie Smith at various stoppages, so they don't want those attacking players off half-back getting a free run.
Koning, O'Brien beats him down to Dow. Walsh plants his foot into it. Mackay, little knockdown. Then he laid the tackle on Kelly. Jones, the Seedsman, didn't like what he had on offer one way. Blasts it wide towards the wing. And de Koning. Going to be a good battle, that. Jared mentioned it's only game 14 for Tom de Koning. And O'Brien's been around a long, long time. Williams, dance step was good. And the kick wasn't.
Well, he's going to put that one behind him. Obviously, he's come under a lot of scrutiny this week, but he's a good player. He's just got to work hard and rely upon the knowledge that he's a darn good player when he's at his best.
McHenry, one of a group of guys. They've got 6 of them eligible for the now rising star, the Crows. Youngish team. Williams front spot. He went for the chest mark, and Tex got an arm in there to knock it away. Wiedering.
He's in trouble, Williams. He just punched the ground.
Yeah, he hurt his ankle, I think.
Has he?
Yep.
Keep an eye on that.
Yep.
Dow, in the meantime, extracts it in the Silvani direction. Got dealt with, no free. Smith bangs it to half forward. Jones, front spot. Tex picked up the crumb for the perfect start. Couldn't get the bounce.
That was smooth by Tex, though, wasn't it? The way he was able to push back to the contest.
Now, Williams is in the front spot, but when he lands, he may have even landed on the boot of one of the Crows players.
Stand, play on.
Curnow. Newnes got up there. Got some flight. Martin got to Sharon, caught by Scholl. And Scholl gets himself in possession. In the meantime, though, a late hold. So Doherty to take it. Curnow. Newnes. Eddie Bet stays down, and O'Brien didn't let it get over the top. Eddie thought it was sailing. Good hands, O'Brien to Laird. Tight start at the moment. Brown back into the lineup after Achilles soreness.
That's a great
Adelaide. Kelly. Yeah, well weighted. Like you tossed him a pillow instead of kicking him a football. Just floated it over the top. Laird. Seedsman. Off and running it. Blasted in the Walker direction. It's in a good spot, Tex. Thumped away by Jones. Thilthorpe Crumb. McAdam. Keys. Back against the grain. Tried to shake them off and missed.
John, I love the way the Crows play their footy. It's speed. They cover off for each other, but they do move the ball really well. Lockie Plowman there, he did the right thing in coming off his man to spoil, but if you don't spoil, his man should have kicked a goal.
Well, Plowman, one of the Blues, back into the lineup this week. First game back after injury and suspension. Owies the crumb. Forced Kennedy to go back and get it and give it to him, Owies. Hands it to Walsh. Back to Owies. He put it at his feet. He was there for the handball if he hit him in pace, but he missed him. Keys gets on the end of the Hamill handball. He doesn't like what he's got ahead. Scholl. Well, Martin corralled him. He didn't push pressure on the kick, and Wiedering mopped it up.
Great mark by Wiedering, but John, hard to believe in 2021 a fully professional footballer can miss a 3-metre handball.
Walsh beaten for it by Laird. Dives back in, dragged it in, now let it go. Ray Chamberlain circling, gone.
He's gone there, Walsh, but we could be in for one of the great duels of this round. Seedsman versus Walsh on a wing. Walsh with 5 already, Seedsman with 4, but both players for respective teams breaking the lines really well in the early part of this game.
Yeah, it's a nice start for this one. Smith on their main metres gained men might not be able to launch this long because the Blues have set up.
Like the way Hamill is making Eddie Betts accountable by charging off, trying to get on the end of a handball.
O'Brien got down low. Great dexterity from the big man, and he can finish this off.
Yeah, good start by O'Brien. He's been battling with some injury in the first part of the season, but he's starting to really hit his straps. And this is going to be a great challenge for young DeConey, who's probably levelled it at this stage, but if this goes through, he's right behind.
As you saw, not a big goal kicker for his career, just 5 goals in his 51 games so far, but he has kicked a couple this year, and he's been accurate when he's had a shot. Thilthorpe outmarked by Jones.
I reckon DeConing, Jono, should take O'Brien to full back, because he is a darn good full forward for a youngster.
Newnes handballs to Walsh in stride, gives it to Betts, who's come down to lend a hand on the wing. Pokes it toward DeConing, and Smith didn't let it get to him.
He worked hard to that position, DeConing. It just, the kick didn't allow him to compete in the air. It just brought Smith into the contest to create the spoil.
Good start by Walsh. Couldn't get near the footy last week, but he's got his own Sharon today.
Brian and DeConing down to Keys, caught. Petreski-Seaton back into the lineup. Cripps feeds it out wide. Bounce unkind for Newnes, and then he almost committed high. He did commit high. It was a late call by the umpire, but it was there, Scholl.
That Sharon can make fools of us all the times. Whoever invented that shape was a genius.
Chip pass is good to Keys. He waits. Doesn't want to waste it. Heard from Matthew Nicks pre-game. Early momentum. Huge. Big pack. Jones with a huge fist. Down to Curnow. Williams is running again, which is great. Plowman. Wiedering.
Well, the ball's going from arc to arc. It's pretty much an even ball game at the moment. No one can score.
Weathering wide to Nunes, just on the line. Walsh.
So young Butts has got the job on Mackay, and he's down there on his lonesome.
Back to Stocker. He's got Jones inside defensive 50, who's got Plowman with the outlet kick, and Plowman can go here. Open space ahead. He takes it on. He's got Owies free in space.
He worked hard for that, Owies. Good run.
And now Kennedy works for Owies. He pulled the kick short towards Mackay. Didn't go the longer kick. Petreski-Seaton. The Cripps was almost held. The crowd saw it. The umpire didn't. Sloan. Dangerous inside handball, but that's the Crows. They want to take it on. Sloan back to Scholl, who'll probably go. Looks up. Does go to Butts. Dad Gerard played 3 games for the Blues. Rucked for a while for Carlton. Jordan Butts kicks it along the line. Wiedering stalking this. Got up there.
He's off to a good start.
Petreski-Seaton likewise. Inside kick is nice. To Fogarty. Murphy under the hammer. Back in for game 296 this afternoon and couldn't get away in space there. Now he's wrapped up.
Bit lucky Murphy there. He elevated the ball, didn't get rid of it. He'd had his prior.
27 possessions in the VFL last week. Mark Murphy to work his way back.
A lot of conjecture about Petreski-Seaton, Jono. I must admit I'm a fan. I think he's a talent still ready to or waiting to emerge, but I think he'll get there.
Yeah, it was a great assessment by David Teague on what he expects from Petreski-Seaton. Tried the half-back, the Andrew McLeod roll from the past. Didn't quite work out, so they've had to readjust the way he has to play his footy.
And he had 25 possessions in the VFL last week. Petreski-Seaton, as this one heads in the Walker direction, and Walker got it. Secondary to Laird. Floats it. Owies. You had Jones coming at him, and the handball sits nicely for Walsh. The oval ball worked in their favour there. Saad popped it long. Beautiful delivery. Mackay wants to go. Butts holds him up.
That was a great kick to Mackay. It was a good mark, but it was a brilliant kick.
And he's winding up here as if he's got the range. Martin, goal line, and he had to dive. It was a poor kick, really. Listen to the crowd.
He did well, but he kind of tried to draw a 50 here. Mackay is holding on to Butts there and drops it himself, which wastes time. It allowed that 2 or 3 seconds allowed the Crows to get back to defend.
Mackay nearly a secondary opportunity to get it. McKay, smother, Owies, Murphy. Hit the belly of the ball. Smith, back pocket. Got a 50-metre check side to the wing, and there's a holding free, and it's going to Jones. And the crowd showing their appreciation for that one.
He's had a good start, Jones.
A bullet pass, and Hamill read it to perfection. Been a good contest for a contest without a goal yet. Back towards the wing, and Jones again. Hands it off to Doherty. There's that spear pass, and same thing. Hamill, same spot, same mark. Short to Laird. And now back to the wing again. So Jones is back there again. He got a knuckle on it. That was about it. Keys tried to fend off on Silvani. Just got it back. Phil Thorpe squeezed it to half forward. Fogarty tried to go and get it on the run. Chomberg from 50, launches. And he misses.
Well, young Fogarty's got to make himself more dangerous, Jono. His man is one of the better players on the ground right now, Jones. Fogarty has got to get in the line between the kicker and that ball. Get his hands on it and start making Jones defend him, because at the moment he's just taking the ball at will.
Stocker down the line. Martin gets up with Duday. Petreski-Seaton. Another touch. The flick to Murphy. Curnow. Dow. Danced inside, launched it long. Oh, he's just going to have to go back and get it. Phil Thorpe picked his pocket and popped it back to Petreski-Seaton. Jones. Wiedering runs for him. Walker can't cut him off, and he finds Walsh. For the first goal of the afternoon. With 15 minutes on the clock, opening term.
15 seconds gone.
The ball magnet. A kick from just outside the arc. And he's blasted that to the near side. And it hasn't scored. David Teague.
A lot of positives here for Carlton. John, I know the Crows have been in good form, coming off an incredible victory up in the top part of Australia. So their confidence much higher than I'm certain the Blues, but right now the Blues are travelling pretty well.
Smith. Only got a fingertip on it. Wiedering another possession. Rolls it along the boundary, and the umpire says, toss it in.
But that's what they can do at the moment because of Wiedering and Jones are dominating so much in the air. The mids and halfbacks can reference directly off that quickly.
Yep.
So they know 2v1, Jones is going to mark it, we're off Sard and Williams, and then the mids can position themselves better.
So two young guns, Phil Thorpe and De Koning in the ruck this time. Petreski-Seaton tried to get it and go.
So they've gone back now. The Adelaide Crows have got 6 forward, so they're not allowing the Blues to have any freeze when this goes. Great shot there.
Walsh got a trickler. Blasted away by Smith. High. Jones got the climb, couldn't bring the mark down. Williams gets back and lends a hand to Wiedering. Nunes, all the boundary. Laird can't cut him off. Sends it back inside to Dow. Cripps. Free kick downfield. It's going Carlton's way to Mackay. Ray Chamberlain was down there. Holding the jumper by Bucks.
Yes, holding the man against holding the man.
In fact, it's the other way around.
I actually thought that Mackay may have slipped, and then while he was trying to create his leading patterns, watching that.
Okay. So, Adelaide on the rebound, just as Carlton thought they were going to get it. And now they've got an open forward line. Laird long to Walker.
That was a great kick from Laird and a really courageous mark by Tex.
It's an awesome grab from Tex.
And he was out here for a long time pre-game. Launching and snapping and
Right on the mark here.
getting his eye in.
15 guys.
37 goals for the season. Harry Mackay leads in the race for the Coleman with 41. This is within his repertoire at his best. Plants his foot into it, sends it long. Not quite.
I mean, he missed, but he's an amazing kick, isn't he?
Yep.
He's a beautiful kick, and we'll see the bottom of the screen, the holding.
Oh,
Not a lot in it.
just the drag on the front. You're right, not a lot in it.
Ray Chamberlain was about 6 metres away.
That's right.
So Laird and Cripps.
Holding the man, Adelaide. The arm.
Ray Chamberlain holding free to Adelaide. Laird. Seedsman. McHenry.
Jack.
Blues getting players back in the holes. Pulls the kick, top of the square. Eddie Betts getting back. Made a contest, couldn't bring it down. Fogarty, Petreski-Seaton, Dow, hammered off it. Tex found a bit of space where there wasn't much and kicks another behind. Doherty to Sard. Berry makes sure he can't get his skates on.
Play on now. Play on.
Now he's forced to go back. Stocker.
And play on.
Wiedering.
Stand.
Good battle, this one. Wiedering's had 6 possessions, but his man has had 3 shots at goal.
Kelly and Silvani read that. Seaman looked inside. Pumps it. Fogarty's down there. Got rid of his man. Then laid a splendid tackle. Good spot for a ball up for the Crows. Walker doing the ruck work against Wiedering. Little fend off, then the palm down. McHenry ran to a roadblock. Well, he shrugged Walsh, but he shrugged him high with a high fend.
Yeah, go through, mate, go through.
Or is it 2? It's going to McHenry.
Oh, did he say that he reached over the top? I was the same as you. I thought it was a high fend.
I can only play from where I am. Thanks, guys. Clear protection area. Sam, here it is. Time back on. Sam. Eddie, take it out. Eddie.
So, Ned McHenry has an opportunity to give us the first goal of the afternoon. Little smile on his face. Different kind of guy, Ned McHenry. He's got the tattoo of his spirit animal, the alpaca, on his body. Unique personality, but looks after the flock. That's what he's trying to do here. Heads toward goal, and he missed it.
Well, it was an interesting call from Lee Fisher. He wasn't right, but he wasn't wrong. There were 2 simultaneous free kicks given.
That's right.
So you default with the ball carrier rather than the guy who's trying to stop the ball carrier. Silvani got high, couldn't mark it. Cripps tried to toe off the deck. Laird, Sloan, Schomburg, wing tackle. Somehow got a possession away. Williams, a little roller. Jones cuts it off in full flight. To Scholl, to Hamill. Walker's on the move. Wiedering, secondary knock away. Back to Jones. Feeds it long. Jimmy Rowe, caught by Sard, handed it back. Jones! And now there's a hold or a high. And it's going to Fogarty for the Crows.
Hot under Chase Jones. 3 possessions running through the middle, and he ran really hard. How good a quarter is Hamill having as well off half-back for the Adelaide Crows. Intercept Marsh linking up by hand as well, but Jones with the 3 possessions to set this one up for the Crows.
He's just about the best goal kicker in footy. Darcy Fogarty, 39 goals, 9 career.
This kick just got a lot harder after that build-up.
Never in doubt, the Crows get the first.
Jono, loving this game of footy. Both clubs are really working hard, getting lots of run from the back half. There's the handball, and then a pretty good kick. And then there was just a little grapple on the arms. The umpires are red hot on this, so at quarter time, both coaches and their staff should get around and say, listen, read the play here. You grapple, you're going to give away a free kick. And there's an injury to Mark Murphy. You just see him going through, and he pulls up with a bit of a limp.
So this is game 296 for Mark Murphy on his way to 300.
Only issue at the moment, both teams 9 inside 50s for Carlton, 11 for Adelaide, but 7 scoring shots to zip.
In that congestion, the Koenig got down and dirty, couldn't get a knock away.
And Dwayne, just to add to that Mark Murphy story, so he mentioned game 296. He's come from the ground hobbling. He's gone straight down into the rooms with the medical staff for more assessment.
Crows have just dropped an extra back, so they've got the anchor.
Laird caught high.
That's a double. When you drop a bloke back, you're outnumbered at the stoppage, but you win it anyway.
Seedsman, she got plenty on the kick. To Fogarty, all on his lonesome.
Well, they've got a spare sitting way too deep. Carlton just not organised in that back half.
Go on the mark. Get things on. Eddie, go with him. Thank you.
So 40 goals, 9 career, 14 goals, 4 for the season. Darcy Fogarty from the 50, a couple of skip steps. He's an artist. That is awesome.
Well, I was out of the middle of the ground, Jared, and you mentioned it in terms of winning that free kick. After Fogarty kicks the goal, goes back to the middle, they win the next free kick, and he just escapes out the side. They're just zoning space. The Blues caught up in congestion, and Fogarty just jumps out. Easy lead. Fought through it too easy.
Yeah, that's not good enough. All of a sudden, 2 goals, 6 makes it a pretty good quarter by the Crows.
Especially when their coach Matthew Nix told us pre-game that you're going to have to set the tone early. So Mark Murphy hoping to join Craig Bradley, Bruce Doull, Kate Simpson, John Nichols and Steve Silvani on 300. Looks like he's got an issue. And so have the Blues in general. Saad, Dow, Cripps, Saad on the move. Little dance step was good. Couple of bounces. Can take it himself and launch long. Inspirational.
What a goal, Jared. What about that run off half-back? But it was on the back of an error from Rory Sloane where Saad just swooped. Absolutely swooped. There was no stopping him. He had the easy handball to McKay. Went for the longer one. It comes off McKay. And there goes Saad. 1-2. Look out. See you later. Good night, Adelaide Crows.
Yeah, it was like the captain, Cripper. He just pulled a slingshot back and went bang! Off you go, Adam. Didn't he launch himself?
Once he popped that first handball, it was game on for Saad. He was away.
All right, the Blues are underway. Late to the party, but they're dancing now. O'Brien in the middle. De Koning against him. 1 minute left. Opening term. De Koning with the reach. Down to Watt Kennedy. Tried to tie it off the deck and get it inside 50. A ricochet. Great attack by Berry against the grain. Not sure it was meant for Laird, but he grabbed it anyway. Berry crushed. They've lifted their intensity, the Blues. Sloane comes up with it though. Gave to Schomburg. He heads toward Fogarty. Little fend off, Plowman, Fogarty. Plowman's got him! Plowman's got him!
Well, Razor gave him every opportunity to get rid of the ball. He had to make an attempt, and in the end, he didn't make an attempt.
Well, they would not have got a louder noise of affirmation had there been 60,000 here. So now Plowman can almost get within range here. Will he go for it? There's no one on the mark. He can run to 50. He sends it top of the square. De Koning and O'Brien both up back in the Walsh direction. He to Martin as the seconds tick down. Goal square. Barts. Mackay. Mackay! 2 in a minute. And they are dancing now, the Blues.
Well, on the back of a couple of errors, and that's what it was, a couple of bad handball errors. The Blues have got themselves right back in this match with 2 consecutive goals. There's a handball from Berry that was inside, he handballed back inside, there was a turnover, and then there's a great tackle from Plowman that launched this one from the half-back line. They're struggling to find other ways to score, but off the half-back line looking dangerous.
Look of resignation on the face of Mark Murphy.
Yeah, back row now.
So some bittersweet pictures for Blues fans, but 17 seconds from quarter time.
Newman's getting ready.
The palm down, Laird, gang tackle.
Thanks, guys.
Nick Newman the sub for Carlton. Andrew McPherson the sub for Adelaide. Tossed in the air, big pack around it, De Koning down. Cripps kicked it out of the air. Seconds keep ticking, Betts went to ground. Couldn't get the run at it. Siren sounds. Marvel Stadium, only 25,000 allowed in with the roof open this afternoon. But boy, is there some love in the house now. 2-6-18, plays 2 straight. Adelaide by 6.
Laird, though, Dwayne, is one they need to address. He's had 3 personal clearances. The clearances are well in favour of Adelaide, 9-4, but it's Laird with 13 possessions and 3 clearances who's dominating, John.
He's been in amazing form probably over the last 5 or 6 weeks, Rory Laird.
So Keys side by side with Cripps with this ball up. Brian and De Koning. Cripps almost had it, but that man Laird again. To Sloan, to Keys, to Seedsman. He's almost got this kick in him. Danced inside, ran to 50, blasted it long. Brilliant.
Rory Laird in the middle of the ground. You mentioned it, Jared, in the first centre bounce. He's the one who was able to win the 50-50 ball against Cripps and get it going the Adelaide Crows' way.
Yeah, it was a big ball, wasn't it? And Laird, as I said, he's just in unbelievable form at the present time. It was a knock hit by one by De Koning, but it was Laird in that 50-50. It was just a bit cleaner, and he got it going. And then off the wing, he's having a good year, season. Really good player. There it is, just released Sloan. That's a little bit better. That handball from Sloan had a little bit less heat on it, but the inside step there set up what is a great start by the Crows and an excellent goal and a great contest on the centre wing. Both players getting plenty of it, so it's a question of who does the damage. 2 goals, 1 from stoppages. It's an issue they need to address, Carlton.
Took 15 seconds. Ball up in the middle. Dow trying to get it out. Sloan nearly pinched it. Kennedy, Cripps, Saar off half back. Handball's back in the Kennedy direction. There's that strange-shaped ball again with a mind of its own. Ball up.
Did well to come up and put pressure on there, Jones. He left Owies behind the play, charged up to create that tackle pressure against Kennedy.
Laird again fed it out, but missed McKay. Petreski, Seaton, Walsh, Dow, spears it, Mackay, one arm, and he's slipped. Betts toes it off the deck, got it to the forward pocket. Kelly gets there first and content.
Yeah, that should have been a shot at goal and probably another goal by McKay's boots slipping over. But again, Jono, it's on the back of a hot handball from the Crows. The 2 goals and that one should have been a shot at goal, all on the back of errant handballs from the Crows. Just need to temper it a bit.
Cripps doing the ruck work this time. Today. Seedsman. Laird caught this time and pushed in the back this time.
Well, it's a move I think they can explore and do more of. Cripps in the ruck, Jono. You can add some mobility.
Keys had to go back to Laird, not required. Laird long. O'Brien got there, fist away from De Koning. Phil Thorpe, good wrap-around, shrink-wrap kind of tackle.
Well, I don't mind if it's in the forward half of the ground. Koning then can sit behind the plate.
Kennedy flicked it up to Walsh, to half forward. Almost Brown, Betts, good front and square. Hacks it inside 50. Couldn't get it as central as he would have liked, but not such a bad spot for a ball in for Carlton.
So Big Harry's tall enough to do the ruck work down there if you want to keep him free, where you can push your ruckman up there, or Cripper, or maybe even Silvani, who battles out really hard each and every week.
Silvani. O'Brien had the reach, beat him easily. Laird getting down and dirty again, got it out somehow. Keys, kick smothered. Smith. Sloan. On the boot straight away to the one-on-one. Phil Thorpe, Jones. Phil Thorpe, Jones with the poise, just took the candy from the baby there and poked it inside to the subs now on Newman. Feeds it to Plowman. Takes some time to get a kick away. Fogarty got him, but he got the kick to Doherty. Silvani. Martin.
Much better by the Blues. Looking up at their forward line is ballistic. They're creating some space for each other. They're on the move and giving some targets.
Takes his full allotment of time. 99% sure he's not going to have a crack from there. How far out from goal does he put it? Top of the square. Eddie Betts! Got airborne, but just couldn't complete it. And he's hurt himself on the way down.
That would have been mark of the year.
That was amazing.
He's up, Eddie.
Petreski Seaton in the meantime. Everyone's still stunned by the Eddie Betts leap. Sloan's got it. Gave it up just in time to Kelly. Pops it to Duda.
He wasn't even looking at the ball when he jumped to start with, Eddie. He was running the opposite direction. Bad luck, Eddie.
McHenry led. Another possession. Possession 17 for him. To Thilthorpe. Sloan. He's got runners. Kelly. Fogarty wants it long. Heads to McKay. Chip kick. Keys had to sit in the hole and wait. Now he's got it and jumped on. Newman. Fresh. Sub. Wraps it up. Holds it in.
Eddie Betts coming from the ground. He got up to his feet when he thought he was another chance in the forward line, and then just took a moment to get his breath back. It appears to be the right hip or glute.
Keys scrambles it towards full forward. Saab about to get back. Last line of defence. Has a bounce. Very corralled him, and he sends it through Brown's hands. Picked off by Walsh, and he is off and running. Mackay's out the back. Walsh a couple of bounces. Heads in the Mackay direction. Couldn't quite get it to him. Gets it to him on the bounce. Butts. Mackay. Jones. Danger not quite averted just yet. Petreski Seaton to Owies.
That's why Petreski Seaton's a midfielder. He knows and picks up the targets. Generally, he's a good kick. Give him 50 games and some confidence, you're going to have a hell of a player.
Eddie's having a laugh about it.
I think he's looking at the vision.
Well, he's entitled to have a poor kick because he landed on. He's also entitled to have a nosebleed. He was up that high.
Yep. Icarus, he got too close to the sun. Owies about to line up. Didn't have a goal for the first 16 minutes of this game. But boys at a light now. Owies misses to the near side.
Well, I'm not missing the congestion one bit just at the moment, Connor.
Smith takes a deep breath. He played at a breakneck pace. Long towards the wing. Fists fly. No one really went for the mark. Sloan crumbed it nicely. Rolls it to Thilthorpe. And Jones-Thilthorpe battle's going to be critical. Thilthorpe tried to keep it alive, and Jones said, no, not in my house.
This is a good challenge for young Thilthorpe. Jones has got him at the present time athletically. He's working him over, he's grappling, he's not allowing him to get free, so he's going to have to think it through, get some assistance from the forward line coach.
De Koning wrestled off it by O'Brien. Williams, good hands.
Great news for the Blues. Eddie Betts is back onto the ground.
And Williams has started pretty well as well. One bad kick, he's first, and he's settled.
Kennedy, Walsh, open side, Wiedering.
So working hard, the Blues, really hard to get some distance on their man.
They're turning and facing the game really well, the Blues. They want to go at every opportunity. I know they held up here, but Nune's first look was to look and go and keep the ball flowing.
Sits it up. Adelaide had the spare man back, and that was an easy grab. Never in doubt for Smith. He plants his foot into it. Jones used his muscle, dropped it. Wiedering mops it up for him. Stocker. Kennedy. Flicks it back in the Stocker direction. Nicely handled. Clean-handed. Got it to Fogarty to Owies. Now down. Mackay over the top. Manhandled, no free. It is a free.
Oh, they play advantage.
No, definitely a free kick there. Butts was all at sea, grabbed an arm. Good kick, in fact, coming in from Paddy Dow. Forced him into this error.
He was drop punting, he was snapping. You and I watched him, the three of us, the four of us, assessing the way he was doing it.
I hope his match time conversion's better than his pre-game conversion.
That'll do. Any way you can get him, you'll take him.
Thought thought the transition of Carlton through the wing was excellent, Jared. They kept the ball alive, but they flowed for each other, and they're able to effectively use it by hands with the overlap run for this important kick in the end to get it over the top to Mackay. He would have taken the mark if he wasn't infringed.
Right through the middle. Seems to be his most confident kick. Round the corner, Big Harry. It was a good one. It was just a slight grab from Butts, but he rotated him. Gave away the free kick. And it was a good move again from the half-back line. Both clubs, essentially, if it's not from clearance, they're only getting scores from the half-back.
Bryant from the restart. Slaps it down to Laird. He's had his own share of the seedsman. Wobbles it. Inside 50 Keys. Stocker. Rowe, Laird, good wing tackle by Walsh, handball out somehow, Nunes, Curnow, little wobbler but it finds Cripps and they're away to Petreski-Seaton. He's got a short pass, Mackay, too far out to score, realises it now, plays on quickly, who does he want though? Eddie Bairds, goal square, got it Eddie.
Once again, just speed off that half-back line. Ball well won. Another great kick from Sam Petreski-Seaton. Sets it up.
Well, if you weren't with us early, Adelaide got the hot start. They opened up an 18-point lead, Adelaide, but for the first time today, the Blues are in front.
Jono, I reckon the cue for Sam Petreski-Seaton would have been 17 long. And I think it's great that Carlton are about to, it would appear, give him another crack through the middle of the ground. He's gone back to the Terzies. They put him back in a position, I think, he dominated as a junior. They grabbed him as a midfielder. They recruited him as a midfielder. And they're now playing as such. Now, he's got a lot of things he can do better, but he's doing well today.
He's starting as that forward, he's coming up behind the contest and then bursting through, so he gets to between the back half of the square and defensive 50. That's as far as he goes, so then he can burst through and use it effectively through the middle of the ground. He's had a great start to the game, 10 disposals.
I mentioned 25 possessions in the VFL last week, Sam Petreski-Seaton, 9 clearances, 8 tackles. He forced his way back into this lineup.
Now throwing Silvani into the centre bounce, he's done that plenty of times before. You just know you're going to get 100% effort from Silvani each time he goes in.
Silvani ties up with O'Brien, thumped away. Seedsman tried to run through the Newman tackle, didn't succeed. Newman stole his lollies, sends it inside 50. Mackay tried to flick on. Eddie lurking, floats it. Unbelievably good to Owies. Eddie Betts, he just keeps on keeping on, Eddie.
He's having a great quarter, Eddie Betts, 5 disposals, didn't really touch it in the first quarter. But he's setting him alight at the moment.
He's a 4-time Adelaide leading goal kicker. He's a 2-time Carlton leading goal kicker, Eddie Betts. 132 games for the Crows after starting his career with the Blues. And he sets this up for Matthew Owies. It's a pretty accurate kick himself. 12 goals, 8 coming into this one today. And he sneaks it in.
He's been impressive, Owies. He really has this year. Consistently hitting the scoreboard, 1 and 2 goals a week. He's found his role within this side and he's playing very well. You can see Eddie Betts there, look at the class. You can see just his eyes on. Widen a little bit, Jared, thinking, oh, the goal square's open, I'm going to have a shot. But the vision to pop it over the top and change his mind was an excellent one from Eddie.
Having a good run here now, the Blues. Dominating the inside 50. Still need to tidy up around the clearances.
Most goal assists in AFL history, of course, weren't being recorded all those years ago on the VFL from the ball up. O'Brien v Silvani and Cripps extracts it to Walsh. The two combined, and they'll be doing that for quite a while, you'd think. Long kick towards the top of the 50, and it's a good grab to Owies. Sees the pass target, Martin hits him lace out.
Well, it's been an important move from Walsh off the wing into the middle. The last two bounces, centre clearances he's been involved with, they've gone inside forward 50 and can go back-to-back goals here. Not a lot of it. Still plenty to go, but this one would be handy.
A hush falls over Marvel Stadium, and he can't bend that back enough.
Seems an eternity since the Crows have had it deep in their forward line, Jono.
Yeah, they've got a good run here, the Carlton Footy Club. They've been able to dominate centre, forward, turnover footy, but then run from that. The run and spark that the Blues are creating is really putting the Crows on the back foot at the moment.
Smith gets 60 on it, but Williams read it to perfection. They're inspired right now, the Blues. Spears that to Eddie on the bounce, turns boundary line, bends it, goal square, got quite a bit on it. Duday crushed it to the boundary. Edge of the seat stuff at the moment. Crows under immense pressure. O'Brien with a little palm down. Duday overran it a little. Scholl picked it up, gave to Keys. Walker there. No Freda Berry. Doherty. It's pulled the kick late. Nice delivery.
Yeah, really good work.
Fogarty.
Much better setup. They had Zach Williams as the deepest defender. He was all by himself, but he's set himself up as an attacking influence.
Williams unselfish to Martin in the pocket.
Much better system, Jono. They had Zach Williams there, 30 metres behind anybody, just covering any fast break. But as soon as he saw the possession change hands, he became an influence and set up another shot at goal.
It was a great kick from Fogarty because he knew that his team would be able to play on from that position, not just kick it back, slowed up. He knew that they'd get the overlap from his kick back into the middle.
For 4 in a row for the Blues. They kicked 6 of the last 7.
Okay, so the challenge is now on for the Adelaide Crows. Coming off a bye, you never know quite how you're going to respond. And they responded really well. You couldn't ask for better work rate than what they've given. But right now, they've got to start winning the contested ball. Got to start winning some ball in their front half to take some heat off their defence because it's crumbling at the present time.
Inside 50s, 4 goals, 2. That's a reversal from the first quarter. They had a number inside 50s and just couldn't score, the Blues. So they've been able to turn things around, but it's really opened up through the middle of the ground. So now it goes back to the Adelaide Crows. Rory Laird's the main one in there that's been able to win a number of possessions, but needs some mates to jump on board to get the ball going their way.
O'Brien to Koning, both collide. O'Brien gets the clearance to Laird. Their main man sends them long. Thilthorpe down there, Jones beats him. Stocker, held by the hand, didn't have it. Forced to come back, but everything going right for Carlton now. Carlton coming off 3 losses in a row. Crows coming off their bye, as Jared said. Carlton played last weekend against the Giants. Fogarty. Carlton also coming off the 6-year re-signing of their captain, Patrick Cripps, and that could have been the magic bullet. Long towards half forward, Kennedy used his body beautifully. Gets some protection, runs onto it, 50 from goal, and he missed Cripps. Duday got there ahead of him. Little chip kick back towards Rowe.
Oh, that's 50.
Yep. And Ray Chamberlain agrees with you, Jared.
Yeah, it's done. They had that locked in. They would have been given time to get their defence set.
things that can change momentum. Can Rowe find a target? Sits it up long. Walker in space.
That was way too easy. Wiedering would be really disappointed with himself. His positioning was just not great. Couldn't cover it. Tex knew where the open space was. And it wasn't a bullet. He just floated it there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, so Wiedering paused, thinking it's going to go deeper. It was a smart kick in the end.
Having a brilliant season. Skips in. That'll work back. He's found the fountain of youth, Tex. Just what they needed.
Oh, you called it, Dwayne, in terms of a change in momentum off the back of Carlton had Adelaide just locked in their forward half. Newman gives away the 50-metre penalty for basically just coming in on them. He took the mark, Rowe came in, put him to ground. So therefore the ball goes to this position, gets the Tex Walker uncontested inside forward 50. He's able to go back and finish.
Back to an 8-point margin. Ended the run of 4 goals in a row to Carlton. Players look at the scoreboard, 21 gone, second term. Still 7 to go. And again, it's been played at a breakneck pace. Keys blasts it. Walker, one hand, gathers his own crumb, wanted to turn inside. Tried to flick the row. Stocker got it back from Sada after giving it to him. McHenry hassles his way to it. Thilthorpe picked it up, flicked it out. Laird, the ball's fouled him. Jimmy Rowe throws that in the Tex direction. Tex on the back pedal. And he's missed. Blues dodge a bullet there.
Jono, would you have a look at Laird being tagged by Paddy Dow? Because Laird has just got his own footy.
Yeah, another 9 disposals in this quarter alone. He's the most dangerous Adelaide Crows player out there at the moment.
Doherty from Kennedy. Might have been intended for Dow, but he gave it back to Kennedy, who heads long in the Petreski seat and Curnow direction.
It's poor. They're little things, but it's a really courageous effort. Well judged. Blues on the charge. It was a good move forward.
Hold the minute, please, guys.
Crows have dropped an extra behind the ball.
McLean works his way to the front. Both got a piece of that, the 2 rucks. Little flick handball, Laird. And he goes back. Almost a hip and shoulder that was high on Dow. Umpire said he did collect him. Silvani leads to the pocket. It's a bullet pass to his direction. Couldn't take it. Kelly does. Curnow assists it across the line.
And Brody Smith just continues to be the anchor for them. He's the deepest defender right now, but means they're, well, in fact, the Blues have set one behind the ball as well.
Koenig got a piece of that in the Walsh direction this time. Laird again. Keys picked it up and gave it to him. Sard came up with the ball, gave to Stocker. Martin, brilliant use of the body.
Well, they just were flummoxed then, the Crows defenders. They had an outnumber with Brody Smith coming up from behind, but in the end, it didn't happen because Jack Martin just judged it the best.
Got some tricks. Ex-Gold Coast #1 priority access pick. Considered the best player in the competition that was available at that time. In he walks, and he's missed.
He's had some opportunity, hasn't he? 4 marks inside forward 50 for 1 goal, 3 now.
Brown. Return game from Achilles Soreness. Thumps it along towards Walker. Put both hands on it, just didn't complete the deal. Flicks it out, Dow caught. Dumped in the tackle by Sloan. Wiedering tried to roll it. He did, but he put Kennedy under the hammer. Back to Williams. Martin got there late, Cripps got there late. Ball spills to McKay. Laird again. Gets away from Walsh. Kicked into open territory. Walker Jones. Landed like a cat, kept going. Sends it long. Martin again. Not the second grab. Brown, Kelly. Great contest at the moment between these two. Seedsman under the hammer. Ridden too much.
A lot of response at Philthorpe. His man Jones came through, charge. He ran to the other side of the ground. He's almost got to drag Jones away from the ball at this stage.
Seedsman again takes it on with an open side kick to Laird. Attempted the ball was legal. He went to ground. Blues come up with it. Cripps put the handle behind Martin, who wanted it. Silvani, Williams, they still get it to Martin anyway. All part of the grand plan. He took the half step. Umpire didn't call play on, which they have been a little.
Patricia Seaton's all game, so.
Back to Silvani.
Well done.
Laird went down heavily.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether it was ball or not.
Silvani casually bends it to the near side.
Here's Rory Laird. 24 disposals in the half. Oh. You can take the body out like that in the marking contest, but right under Jack Marnie popped up and had an effect forward of the footy again for the Blues.
They're desperately setting up Philthorpe. He's 50 metres behind the deepest defender for Carlton. Looking for the fast break and getting it straight to him.
Straight down the spine, aggressive kick. Wettering got there, thumped it. Stocker, Sard, got rid of them, but couldn't find Williams with the ball. McHenry, good attack. Made the contest. Sard goes back and gets it. Cripps, Sard, he's off and running again. Pulled the kick, hoping for Martin. Flicked over his head by Smith. Martin, still alive. Eddie, dance step. Oh, one more time, Eddie. Don't you love it?
Sure do. Sure do, Dwayne.
It was a brilliant conversion by Eddie, but the ball was won on the back half of the ground by the Blues. It was a 50-50. It was almost centre wing.
Good punch back in there by Williams.
This is how it unfolded. Another really interesting kick from Sard. Blues happy.
Eddie bet 6 disposals, 2 goals for the quarter.
Was like showing poos that way.
It was.
He's done that one before. Great conversion.
The Martin handball. Martin's having some sort of a quarter as well for the Blues. Between himself and Eddie Betts, 12 disposals, 3 goals too.
34 years young. Eddie turns 35 later this year. Cripps, the Blues Superman, gets them out of the middle. Picerno. Dow. Stood his ground. Doesn't look like he's got the kick in him. He sees Martin lead to the pocket. He goes longer, goal square. Eddie, he shepherded it through, Eddie. There's another assist.
They've set it up well at the moment at the Blues, Joe, especially with that. Even though Paddy Dow took the mark, Mackay was high because the hot hands at the moment are Betts and Martin, so they're giving them as much space as they possibly can. And look at them, the two of them are leading around everywhere. Well played the Blues for organising that.
Tell you what, really good quarter for the Crows recruiting department, past and present. Yeah, the combination of Kennedy, Stocker, Sard, Williams, Martin, Betts and Walsh are dominating. So past and present recruiting departments be having the chest just out a little bit at the moment. They've been under some fire.
Well, in some ways there's reason for it.
And Dow had that distance covered without the shepherd. DeConing about to pounce. Blues on fire at the moment, and Krebs, little shrug off. Hanging off him like a cape at the moment, and the Blues Superman goes long. There's no kryptonite for Krebs tonight.
I think if it was a full house, he would have got to the fence then. Cripper on celebration. What a goal. What a goal.
Well, it was a nice tap from DeConing, but then it was just all this man. And he made every metre count. Nice little handle, takes it from inside the centre circle. I suspect he might have gone 40.
That's a really good point you make, Jerry, because it is 50-metre square.
I don't want to rock
So,
for the moment.
no, we're not.
But he's run 45 metres or 40 metres at least.
Let's make it 35.
Okay, well, I'll settle with 35. But it was a great goal anyway. Umpires read the play. Thought, okay, well, all right, here we go.
Yep, it's on.
Shocking decision, by the way, but it's a great goal.
A 28-point margin after they were down by 18 early. Ray Chamberlain nearly got a possession. Seedsman in that congestion, flicked out by Walsh. Dow, Nunes opens it up. Eddie or Martin, Martin and Eddie, they're both there. Walsh on the rebound, little shrug off, feeds it out. Williams. Oh, the love in the house. You can feel the warmth, especially for Williams.
Tom, there's a big... Well, most players are involved in this. It was after the Walsh handball when he was put to ground. His teammates came in to support. What a handball it was under pressure from Walsh to get it out to Williams with a 20-metre handball. Look at that.
Here's a great handball, then round the corner. A beauty.
He's had a massive week. Zach Williams. Carlton's had a massive week. But an amazing response. Look at that stairway to heaven right now for Blues fans. After Adelaide did lead by 18 points. Carlton by 34 in the shadows of half-time. Ball thumped into the deck, De Koning. No Pitternet, and he's been brilliant. Little toe off the deck by Cripps, gets it to half-forward. Hamill, Crows under siege. Seedsman to Kelly. Jones. Seedsman. Can they find something late to give them life? Sloan. Walker leads one way. He heads long. Fogarty! Almost completed it. Plowman just stole it from his grasp. Tossed in the air quickly. Walker tried to flick it over the top. In that congestion from the chaos. All the momentum the Blues way right now. Walker trying to do something about it. Down to Keys. Likewise tries to get away. Stocker says no. Not on me, you won't.
It's looking all right, Stocker. Got some big challenges across the last month or so. Some not probably fair, but he's looking okay.
Ed Curnow, heart and soul guy, holds it in. Ed in game 196. It's on track to play his 200th, which was due to be in the same game as Mark Murphy's 300th. Hammered out toward the boundary, and that'll do. There was a player in the area.
They have a lot of belief, though, this Crows team, and so they should. They've had some huge wins this year, come from big deficits down. So this ain't over yet.
Back into play. Flick down to Laird, who's almost been unstoppable. Good attack from McAdam. Tex flicked it up. Jones throws it away. And the umpire said it was a throw too. So with 24 seconds left on the clock to half-time, the Crows get a chance here to kick the door back open. And Jimmy Rowe has the responsibility. 13 goals, 8 for the season. First year at the club for Jimmy Rowe. Star SANFL goal kicker. Always wanted to play for the Crows. wanted this moment all his life, and he knows how important this is. Skips in, drives it long. The man for the moment, Jimmy Rowe. And the good news is, if you're a lover of footy, we've got another half to come. Final game of the round, and we might have saved the best till last. Carlton, 10-4, 64. Adelaide, 5 sticks, 36.
Starting the deepest forward alongside Big Harry.
So Ray Chamberlain to get us underway in the second half. Carlton by 28 after trailing by 18. But Koning flies high, tried to get it down to Cripps. Now he's caught. Good tackle by Smith. Wrap around on Fogarty.
Another nice leap from De Koning. It hit to Cripps, but they're all over Cripps on the receive.
Koning almost hurled by O'Brien. Got a third knock at it, but down to Keys, who hit the roof. Had the roof been shut. Wiedering thumps it down. Curnow shoots the handball back to Williams. Coming off a great first half. Tassard. I think the inspirational goal to get them going, the Blues. His kick cut off by Jones. Get some space to roam. Sends it long. Walker hasn't had a big night just yet. Can't get his hands on this. Curnow does. To Cripps. To Williams. Back around the body to Jones. Looks up. He's got a couple of options. A few of them wide. He goes with the wide to Seedsman. Ugly bounce. Bumped in the back though. Free kick against Nunes. Overcommitted. McAdam led to the pocket. That was ignored. Now he runs. And blasts it long. Walker, Thilthorpe, the big fists of the Blues go up and off knuckles through for a behind. It's a win for Carlton.
He's a dangerous player with this new stand rule on the mark because he's such a long kick, penetrating kick, turn any kick into a really attacking move.
Newman has it. It was the sub. Mark Murphy in game 296 done with an injury. De Koning and O'Brien. Now down to Walsh. Caught by Keys, but he flicked it up to Doherty. A lot of air on it. Mark will count. O'Brien goes back with the flight. Knocked it down, stolen by Dow. Good sidestep. Even better handball. Cripps hands it over for the 1-2 to Walsh. Cripps tried to take on McHenry. Got the handball just in time. Fogarty, a bullet pass through the heart of Mackay.
His touch has been good again today, Fogarty. And then the run from what Carlton were able to do out of congestion again, Jared. Walsh and Cripps combination. Paddy Dow showed some speed.
Yeah, they looked dangerous, didn't they? Eddie was running, charging back, and there's lots of space to run into.
Kicking with about 75% accuracy with the hook kick, but not from that distance normally. And Eddie Betts is going to win himself a free. High contact.
Yeah, good call. Tough to snap it from 48 metres.
You'd like to see him get a bit more confidence in his drop punts.
Yeah, I think so.
From that distance out.
And this normally like shelling piece for Eddie from the pocket to hook it around. They're about to launch at him as soon as he plays on. He's got his mojo up and running, Eddie.
Piece from the pocket, I like it, Brian. And Eddie likes it as well. Just sloppy stuff from the Crows. Eddie was 2-on-1. They had him covered. And they somehow managed to give away a free kick. And set up Eddie for a nice start to the term. There's Paddy Cripps just about gone on laser handball. And there's your man Fogarty. Great kick. Really good kick. Not sure about that one.
Just pop it over the shoulder there, Eddie.
That's on Betts.
3 goals for Eddie now. Back out with a 33-point margin. Almost took mark of the year earlier on tonight. Boy, got high. Back in the middle. O'Brien with a little palm down. Tried to get it to Laird. Curnow cut it off, dropped it. Flicked out to Sloan. Back to Laird. Another possession. Flicked off the hands of Sard. Tex with a bounce pass. He tried the nutmeg Wiedering, didn't work. Goes back in to try and fend off Sard. Little toe poke, Nunes. Back to Sard, off and running. Spears it. Whew. Brilliant bullet pass again onto the chest of Fogarty. He waits. Inside. Walsh. Who does he want? Eddie Betts! Why wouldn't you want Eddie? He really had to motor to get there, Eddie. He's launched himself at it, and he looks a little hurt.
Yeah, he sort of dug into the ground, didn't he, with his knee, instead of sort of sliding along. He
took a divot.
Yeah.
Nice kick coming off the half-back line from Walsh.
Oh, yeah.
There he was sliding.
That's it.
Nasty business.
Centre and kick to Martin. Thumped away. Play on. Didn't hold it long enough. Laird the keys to McHenry. Smith. Police still high for Adelaide, and they do play an aggressive style of play. Scholl. They can score quickly. Back to Brown.
I think Alessandro suggested that Laird gets a tagger, and Curnow was the man. Well, he got his way, and Laird just ran straight off the ground there, Nick.
And Eddie Betts is also trying to get from the ground. He's just set up in a team defence at the moment, but he's trying to get off as soon as he can. It looks like that is a right groin concern.
Laird's had 27 possessions for the game. Smith, he collects it, found some space. Schomburg, straight down the spine, hoping for McHenry, who dived back at the ball. And he's within range.
That was really well done by McHenry. Paddy Dow's a ball watcher and a ball winner through the middle of the ground, and if he's on the back line, he shouldn't lose those skills, because he could easily have intercepted this. Worried about his man rather than just worrying about the footy as well.
The pick 16 back in 2018, just game 21, and he's equal to the task.
Well, they needed that one, Jono, clearly, because it was all one way. They've got to start the comeback somewhere. And McHenry, who is a very talented player, has done the job here. This is a really good kick. It was a one-on-one. He just read it so much better.
You're right, they need two in a row here. They need to get this one out of the middle of the Adelaide Crows. Start building some pressure in their half of the ground.
Paddy Dowler learned the lesson. Once you lose sight of the ball, you're gone. And I know everyone has got to try and cover the man. You want to be behind him so you can read it a little bit better than him. But when you're running the same way as the flight of the ball, you're dead meat if you don't keep one eye on it.
Sloan and Cripps side by side in the middle. The two ruckmen stare each other down. Good bounce. De Koning climbs. Kennedy. Dow caught by Schomburg. He wrapped him up and pulled him back. Didn't commit to it in the back.
Well, Schomburg, I think, is going to become a midfielder, and they're throwing him into that position now. It's a good start there.
Keys, feed it out, got it to Smith, hit the belly of the ball, straight up in the air. Cripps and Sloan go at it. Sloan. McKay, can he find a target? Fogarty front spot, thumped away from him.
He's got to be better than that, John. If he's going to make his living out of the goal square, you have got to be on the charge there. He's got to get some separation and provide a leading target.
Yeah, Plowman's just taking that assertive position on him at the moment. He's having a positive effect on the game.
And Eddie Betts is going to head down in the rooms for further assessment. He just had a strength test on that right leg, so trying to compare his left leg being the good one, just to see how strong it is, but they're going to go down for further assessment.
It'd be interesting to keep an eye on his knee as well, Dal, after what happened with that mark when he just tried to dive forward for the mark and his knee got caught in the turf.
That was definitely the incident, Jono.
Yeah.
PCL, Jono.
Plowman finds Williams on the wing, bumps it long. De Koning got up, couldn't quite get a piece of it, but oh, he's might. He does, and he kept it alive. Hit a good spot.
Free kick.
Holding the man free. Crows ball. Kelly to take it. Bucks. Still an enormous amount of time left.
Up and about here, the Blues. You can see they've just got a totally different attitude to the ball. Their defence is incredible.
Kennedy.
Having a good day, this kid, Jono.
He was good last week as well.
Sits it up for Mackay over his head. Butts couldn't mark it. Kelly crumbed it, gave to Duday. To Bucks. Walker in a 1-on-2. Kennedy front spot. Walker from behind. Palmed it down, but he couldn't find a teammate. Newman got on the end of it. Stocker feeds it. Oh, hard attack from Smith. He took ball and Kennedy in the one run through.
Eddie Betts off the ground at the moment, being assessed.
Well, it was his left knee that hit the turf, so I think Dell's on the money there. It's a groin or hip, right hip.
Scholl in full flight, collects it, had a bounce, put himself under the hammer. Clever enough though, he drew a crowd to Sloan, to Schomburg. He did well to keep his composure. To Berry, back to Scholl. Thilthorpe, one-on-one, Jones, Thilthorpe, Jones. Too cool, too calm, too experienced.
They're going to change that matchup. It's hurting the Crows. He's got to become a leading player and get Jones out of the way.
Stocker out of play on the full. The crowd let him know. Back in the hands of Riley O'Brien.
I'd like to see something different from the Crows coaching staff. Maybe a small forward as the deepest player.
Fogarty can't get the run at it, and Thilthorpe nearly stole that, but front spot Kennedy. Good grasp. Doherty. Owens. All the answers so far, the Blues. Cripps the target with the kick. He got rid of Kelly illegally, according to the umpire. Crowd won't quite agree.
You think?
Just letting Ray Chamberlain know. Smith.
So they've got the momentum. They've got control of the footy here, the Crows, but the Blues are defending much better than they have for most of this season right now, and they're absorbing the punishment.
McKay. Led. Possession 28 coming up. Puts it into a pretty good spot. Fogarty couldn't get the run out. He crumbed it, Fogarty. And then it was smothered on the way through. Stocker this time hits his target. A delightful hitter. Mackay. Silvani. Plowman collects it. Gave the kick some consideration, pulled it back, accidentally sees it out, and it's almost a win for him. He's coming for a rest.
Riley. Hold the meter.
Thilthorpe's been sent into the ruck. He's got the smaller Silvani with him. And Silvani wins it, although Schomburg sharked it, flicked the handball out, got it to Berry, shrugged the tackle. Smith looks up, didn't like what he had by foot, gave to Seedsman, who you know is going to launch it. Central kick, Keys.
That is right. He is an outstanding player. That's a great kick.
Having a good season, Ben Keys. Tackle machine, can kick a goal.
We saw Harry Mackay up on the half-back line taking a mark. Paddy Cripps pushed forward to be the tall. It's a good move, and when De Koning's there, you can see them interchange. He's on the bench at the present time.
Numbers would say he's a little dodgy sometimes. 19 goals, 24 career. Keeps it low and drills it. Game on.
He's been excellent for the Adelaide Crows,
Hasn't he?
Pen Keys. He really has. When they had the injuries, he was sort of out of favour a little bit, trying to find his way, but then they had the injuries and got some real opportunity, and you can see he's involved in the stoppage there. He's charging forward out of it, and in the end puts himself inside 50. So great vision there just to see that he was able to run forward at the right time, and Seedsman with an excellent kick to find him.
Has had a bit of an interesting history, the number 2 jumper at the Crows, almost a little cursed in a way since the champ Andrew Jarman wore it with 110 games. John Meeson, Matthew Sher, Evan Hewitt, Tim Cook, Wayne Carey, Brad Crouch.
Did too, Wayne Carey. That's right.
Ben Keys wearing it brilliantly at the moment. Silvani, Keys locked in there, and Schomburg picked it up and went, sends it long, race on, Saad got a hand on it, kept it in front and in full flight. Drives it towards Owies. He looks up, he's got a couple of options, one of them Cripps. Pulled the kick, but he played on. Now he sends it long, Mackay or Martin, both couldn't mark it. O'Brien crumbed it to Brown. Still the belief high for the Crows at the moment. Philthorpe and Jones, there's that match-up again.
He's had 9 defensive one-on-ones now. Jones has won 7 of them. That's why the move or something needs to be done to adjust that match-up there.
Even Philthorpe into the ruck, got to change it.
Mackay got up. He was tunnelled a little in the leap. O'Brien to Seedsman. Run down, he dropped that. Umpire said, keep rolling, boys. Petruski Seaton tried to roll it out.
It's a great level of though football, Jono. Last time the Crows played, Philthorpe was the hero.
Yep.
And right now, he cannot get near the ball.
Not over yet. Cripps pulls the kick. It was touched, so that'll be a ball in.
Like him in the ruck, though, you just see him freeing himself up a little bit.
20 points the margin. Crows edging their way back into this contest. Cripps does the ruck work. Against him, O'Brien, down to Owies, gets the snap. Just missed. Edge of the seat stuff. Blues fans know their leads can evaporate quickly. They do concede goals quickly sometimes. But it's been a phenomenal performance to have 10 goals on the board to half-time. Haven't had a big third term, though, so far. Philthorpe and Jones through the hands. McHenry at the back, shut down by Saad. Quick kick, though, is good. McAdam to Philthorpe, who runs hard. He ignored him, he went longer. Berry thumped away by Plowman.
Well, that may be to instruction, but Philthorpe has done the hard work. He's got there, he's given him an option. It's a 20-metre kick, then he kicks it 60 to the top of the square.
Philthorpe to do the ruck work again against Wiedering. Short throw in. McAdam. Seedsman almost within range. He kicks it across the face. Still alive, and look at Plowman's fist. Brilliant.
He's had 3 rippers. He's had 3 rippers in this quarter.
Well, at ground level, it looks like the Crows are all over the Blues at the moment. They've got to hang tough, the Blues. They've only had 2 clearances and 5 tackles as we approach the 18-minute mark of this third quarter.
Williams to Stocker. It's cautious but clever there. Stocker down the spine. Nicely delivered to Doherty. He wants a runner, Walsh. Hands it to him. Walsh looks up. Heads long. Goes to the Curnow one-on-one, and Kelly cut it off with ease. Floats it back to the wing to Jimmy Rowe. Better be shut down by Saad. Got the speed. Slowing 360. We've got a handball in the McHenry direction. Grab on a ball. Umpire said no. Keys. Great collision. Stocker committed hard. Body on the line. Gave his heart and soul for that one ball in. Commitment's been there from the Blues today. Work rate, commitment, giving it everything they've got. The Crows are not done with yet. Schomburg feeds it on to Jimmy Rowe. Pulls the kick, little roller. Philthorpe collected it, hit the belly of the ball. McAdam goes up, can't mark it. Williams bangs it away. A roller. Owies. Little paddle was brilliant. Delightful. Got it to Dow. Off and running. Gave it. Shut down quickly though. Fogarty couldn't get away with it. Hamill picks it up. Back to Seedsman. Again, this game being played at a breakneck pace. Back to Brown. Hammers it forward. McCann gets up. And the Crows' frequent flyer pulls one down. Sits it up to the pocket. Couldn't get it to Fogarty. Hard hit. That's going to be 50. You would think.
Come kick. Zach! 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 Adam! Let's go! Let's go! Adam,
The Winery hasn't moved.
No, he hasn't.
Getting up slowly now, that's a good sign. But it's on.
Yeah, it is.
In the meantime, it's 15 versus 15. Kennedy blasts it long, heading for Mackay. There's a fight on and there's a game on. Butts gets back.
Well read by Butts. Got to keep their cool now. The Crows
Yeah,
and
they
Carlton
do.
is stink on the boundary line. Just need to focus on the game because they've got the momentum.
It's still 15 on 15. That six has sorted themselves out, but there's open space now. Schomburg.
Oh, the two can recover off the wrestle because that takes it out of you. Don't worry about that.
So Smith to Jimmy Rowe. He's got McCann in the pocket in space with freedom.
And 1,000 seagulls around him.
Well, that was just a good ball won by Butts, and then the movement was pretty simple. Just needs to be finished now.
Yeah, you're right. It's a big kick. In terms of the fight back here for the Adelaide Crows, which has been impressive in this quarter.
He bends it. It's high. It's across the face. McHenry got there off hands. Walker nearly had it. Plowman read it. Pocket picked. Out to Seedsman. Can he get the hook? He can.
Oh.
Some nervous Blues now. It's a 14-point game.
Well done to the Adelaide Crows. They've got great belief. We spoke about that in their second term, and now the Blues have got themselves distracted, and the Crows are dining out. It was a great goal, but the handball and the win of the ball providing the opportunity was absolutely superb. There's the intercept, pick up, handball. Outstanding effort.
And it's right back on the Blues now, feeling good about themselves at half-time. Nick Del Santo mentioned it, come out, pressure's dropped away, 5 tackles for the quarter, down in possessions, are up by 40 in that second quarter. All aspects of what they've produced has dropped away rapidly. And how do they have it in them to once again try and get the momentum back in this game?
The belief's grown amongst the Crows. The Koenig gets it back from Kennedy. Straight down the Staples. Silvani's forward, couldn't get to him. Owies is forward, couldn't get to him. Walsh! Bounced toward the boundary though. That's a win for the Blues. They'll get a ball in. So Silvani pushed to full forward. So Cripps to take the ruck work again here. So Cripps and Sloan been going head-to-head for a while. O'Brien and Sloan will go at the ball in. Sloan, because he was the free man, his man had to go for it. Jones can't mark it. Jimmy Rowe stripped, got it back to Keys, who's given them life. Looks up, kick smothered. Ball falls to Jones. Hammered it back to the pocket. Brown's down there. The ball eludes them both. Brown and Owies, ball in.
Well, Liam Jones is producing one of his better games, if not his best game for the Blues. He is on fire.
Wiedering. Find out shortly if he can come back on. But again, Carlton have used their sub. Nick Newman on with Murphy out for the game. Ball in. Fed back into the congestion. Walsh, he turned but he slipped. Laird tried to shoot it up. Williams picked their pocket, gave to the Koenig. Hit the belly of the ball straight up in the air. The climb, Kennedy the crumb. Looks inside. Hits a pretty good spot with the kick. De Koning, Silvani, Nunes, Jones. And they're out.
Nowhere to go, so he's just going to have to put the flag up. Just hold on. There was nothing forward of him.
Fogarty, Plowman. A hold by Fogarty.
Well, both their key tools have been well beaten in the one-on-ones. And it could end up being the difference in the result.
Newman. Petreski-Seton, who almost was held as well. Smith, clever by Petreski-Seton. He's got 3 to beat here. Got a high one. 3. Sits it up in hope. Kennedy nearly stole it. Little toe poke, but Seedsman mopped it up. Laird around the body. Possession 30 to the wing, and he's back on, and back being brilliant, Wiedering. Intercept marks to 10, and Wiedering and Jones have been superb. He pulls the kick to the lead, and Mackay! He was held, he marked it anyway.
He's caught the mark. The hold was there well before the mark was taken. It'd be interesting to see what happens now. Like, he's obviously not on that favoured side for the snap.
He was drop punting from here before the game. Takes a deep breath. He knows the importance of this. Blues have been under siege in this term. He's got 2 to make it 3. The drop punt sails to the wrong side. And again, that attacking straight down the middle kick. The Crows like to take it on, do they? Jones. He's dived to smother it, pressure on the kick. It did get the Tex.
Well, it was good mark by Tex. He was on his own for a long time. And it is a big kick, we know.
It's almost deafening in here. 25,000 are roaring. Pivotal point in the game. Ball flicked out in the Laird direction. Couldn't get on the end of it. Good battle, Shoal. Caught. Umpire to sort it out. 98 seconds from three-quarter time.
I think Plowman better stop wrestling. It'll cost him a fortune.
Coney fixed it to Cripps. Caught. Got it to Nunes. Just in time. Back to the Coney. He rolls one. Sits on its end. Silvani sat under it. Made the commitment. He's jumped on. Didn't have prize, surely.
That's a good win from Silvani. 2v1. Good strength.
Strange bounce of that ball.
Yeah, it was. He had to sit under it and hold on, and he did hold on. Important win.
O'Brien takes it out of the air. Bounced toward the wing. Again, great commitment from both players. Martin floats in. Down. Feeds the handball out to Walsh. Just got a palm on it. Gets it further on to Nunes. Sits it up in hope. Owies, Martin. Who's holding who? It's coming back. Or is it downfield? He's downfield to Carlton, to Martin.
Nice guys. Nice guys.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
It's hard to believe that, John.
Well, it is. In that position of the ground in particular.
Jack Martin from directly out. Kicks a nerve settler.
That's a good call, Jerry, because there was only going to be one outcome, and that was a set shot for the Carlton Footy Club, 20 metres out, directly in front. And it just wasn't required in terms of the work they've done. And it just burst the bubble a little bit in terms of what they've done in getting back into this game, the Adelaide Crows.
Well, it was difficult. when you're 15 points down going into three-quarter time after you've worked really hard to get back in. But when you gift a goal like that, then you'd want to play pretty well in the next 25 minutes.
40 seconds left in the quarter. O'Brien and De Koning. Again, Sloane and Cripps side by side. Keys and Walsh side by side. Curnow trying to stop Laird from pouncing on it. Cripps nearly had it. O'Brien toes it off the deck. Big ball to win. Cripps almost. Couldn't quite. And he lays a hard tackle on Jimmy Rowe going nowhere. And now dropped. Holding.
Poor. I thought it might have been dropping the ball. Didn't think Sloane held on.
Doherty.
There you go, yep.
The Blues don't have long left here. Curnow. Doherty. So the siren sounds for three-quarter time. The Blues did lead by 34 points. They now lead by 21. The Crows should be fresh. They're coming off their bye. Blues played last week. In the last game the Crows played in, they came from 36 points down to steal an inspirational win. 21 points to margin with a quarter to play. 30 plus. Tex hasn't had a big night yet, but he can break out and have a big quarter. And the Blues can concede goals quickly. De Koning, O'Brien. Final term underway. Cripps attacks it. They attack him. He flicked it out. He threw it out. Cripps says he got a hand on it. Umpire Lee Fisher, who made the call, was blindsided by the bodies. Looked like a pretty good call, though. Keys. Straight down the spine again. O'Brien gets up there. Thumped away. Jones made the commitment. Play on, as you heard the umpire scream. Just as Fogarty was trying to claim the mark. De Koning to Walsh. Early momentum is going to be huge. Petrevski-Seton, who started superbly. Now Cripps on the run. Smith trying to shut him down. Cripps goes back, waits, takes some time, mesmerised them, sends it forward. Adelaide free to Brown. Eddie had him by the arm. To Smith. Conditions a little different for a night game here at Marvel Stadium. Roof open, perfect conditions. Phil Thorpe attacks it, can't mark it. Doherty tried to flick it out with the handoff. Hasn't gone out yet. De Koning, he palms it down straight to Laird, of all people. Hands it to Scholl, sends it towards Jones and Thilthorpe. At least Thilthorpe evened that contest up, but Wettering pounced on it. Sends it back to the wing. Sloane dives in. They dive on him. Curnow. Cripps. Newman. Boundary line. Carlton can jump Adelaide on the ladder with a win. They've got a better percentage. Start their climb in the last part of this season. Adelaide Crows mathematically can still make the finals if they win it. Little flick down. Doesn't quite work. Crowd want a ball. Smith-Wetton got ball, gave it to Keys. From a half-back flank, he sends it. Thilthorpe and Jones. Walker, the third man in. He's about to pounce on a Tex. Williams about to pounce on him. He knocks it onto Berry. Open goal square. Takes some time. Caught by Saad. Amazing chase down tackle. And the crowd loved it. Showing their appreciation.
Huge from Saad. He's feeling the effects now. But look at that. He had to make up 15 metres.
Didn't commit to win the back either. And he was the man that got this whole thing rolling for the Blues with his inspirational goal in the opening term, and they were 18 points down. Is he hobbling to position or hobbling off? Walsh
the ladder.
And Walsh takes his full allotment of time. Sends it down the line. O'Brien to Coney. Petreski-Seaton caught. Sloan just patted it away from him. McHenry, who owes them one, feeds it inside to Jimmy Rowe. Spears it towards Tex. Half volley wasn't there for him. Couldn't quite stretch and get it. Curnow picks it up, gave to Martin. It sits on Martin a little. Had some hang time, but Martin clever enough to keep it in front. And clever enough to keep it into Silvani. Fogarty. Eddie Betts leads. Mackay leads. Sloan fumbles. Danger. Brown. Oh, slam tackle. Walsh put him into the carpet.
Got out of jail there, the Crows. Couple of fumbles, couple of bad handballs. But they get a free kick.
McHenry.
Not sure about this Crows structure up forward, Jono. It just hasn't worked at all. The three tools are always the deepest players.
Yep.
And they just cannot win a one-on-one.
Smith left alone by the Blues in the back pocket to run. And again, that inside kick. They take it on the Crows.
Here's a chance.
Keys, long, Jones. Philthorpe did well this time. Feeds back onto it. Two come at him, which means there might be a Crow free. Inside kick, cut off. Newman. Been worth his weight in gold since coming on as the sub. Floats it wide to Curnow. Silvani. Wiedering. Time on their side, but there's still an eternity left to Newman. Plowman.
Oh, it's 50.
Oh, I don't think. Saw it. He thought he saw it, but
Yes,
he
he
didn't act
wasn't
on
sure
it.
whether he saw it.
Martin. Well, he faked to go. He's got Jones out wide, and he's missed him. Philthorpe, Jones's man. Philthorpe plants his foot into it to Walker. Walker will think his way through this. He had options inside, and they all tell him, Tex, this is yours.
Yeah, good decision too by his teammates just to say, hey, go back, Tex, take this upon yourself. He absolutely loves these moments, Tex Walker. What a season he's having for the Adelaide Crows.
He's never been All-Australian. He's never won a Coleman. He could win himself a Coleman this year and an All-Australian jumper, but he wants to win this game first. Phenomenal.
So right now, Jono, the Blues have got to change their mindset, and that is to start to attack, because the Crows have not given up. Was his 50? Oh, he has just put a little hand on it as well, but oh, I tell you what, the umpire would have been a brave call. It may not have even seen it, but when you get the ball back like that, you open yourself up. So nervous times right now for Carlton, really nervous. 5 or 6 minutes coming up. Can the Crows find an avenue to goal? Great kick from Tex. He hasn't been accurate today, but that one's so important. Gives them a chance.
There is the race for the Coleman. Josh Bruce played today. Mackay and Tex at the head of the queue. Back in the middle. De Koning got a big piece of it. Knocked it down to Laird, though, of all people. He's the one they've got to keep it away from. Little roller. Keys attacked it. Got a toe on it. Kept it in front. It's been brilliant again. Wiedering cuts this off, though.
Well, it's just a smash kick, and that's what happens under pressure. Tex was in the right spot, but the kick favoured Wiedering. He was good enough.
It joined us late. The margin was 34 points. It's now a 3-goal game, and almost paid that. Crowd don't agree, but Duday sold it nicely.
They've been forced into these long kicks, and it's not really working for them. It'd be better if they could just chip it a bit.
Walker gets up, he competes, knocks it down. Keys gets some space, sends it goalward, and he missed it.
If they can get it through, Eddie's 1-on-1 in the goal square. in the top 50. He will charge. If they get a break, he'll be just charging to that goal square. They've got Harry Mackay sitting there one-on-one. They've got to get it through, and the Crows are doing a great job holding it up.
Human to Wiedering. Williams. Holding possession.
Yeah, they've just got no flow, have they, the Blues? First half, they'd take it here and go. Everything's back behind the mark now.
Down towards Kennedy. And he kept it in, and then Seedsman grabbed by Cripps. Crowd over there suggesting ball might have been an option for umpire Heffernan.
So they've got a clearance. The Crows have had their moments of clearances. They've dominated the first half.
Williams hacks it away, and they've got the bodies. Flick past it down. He's got Eddie. He's got the runner. He's got Walsh. He didn't want to go for home. Fogarty takes some time. Now he's got the responsibility.
They worked it well there, Jono. Chipped the ball forward. Crows just let them have the 15-metre kick. They got it to the wing, got a clearance. And now they get a chance to extend the lead.
Thumps it towards goal. It's feeding back. Behind. Still a 3-goal game. McKay down the middle. Again, that aggressive, take the game on kick. Will it come off though? Curnow cuts it off. Handed it out. He had Kennedy, Stocker, Plowman. They're all there. Little chip in the Silvani direction. Just got a handball away, but it was ugly. Plowman picks his pocket. Kelly thought he had it. Plowman got it. Gave it to Curnow. Sends it wide. Good reach from Walsh. Hands it to Kennedy. Laird tried to shut him down. He had 2 to beat. Couldn't beat them both. He did beat them both. Gave it to Walsh. Opens it up with a kick. In hope. Thumped away. Fogarty again across the face.
Ooh, 2 opportunities now for Lockie Fogarty. Pressuring again though, but I like the play from Walsh to Kennedy. It just keeps it alive. Gives them the realistic chance forward to the ball.
McKay. Koning got there, knocked it down to Curnow. Again, it's the inside 50 kick that's the important one, and this time it's Owi's responsibility.
Well, 3rd repeat entry in a row for a 3rd shot at goal.
That's a great kick as well.
Yep.
On the ball well, off the hands, and then nailed it, Paddy Dow. Well played.
I think his teammates have just told him to take the full 30 here, give him a chance to
Recover.
Takes his full allotment of time. Blues fans on the edge of their seats. Any struts, he's pulled across the face, and it's another behind, and it's still a 3-goal game.
And Rory Laird has come to the bench absolutely exhausted. He's up to 33 disposals for the Crows. Expect this to be his last break, and I expect it to be very short. He'll be back on the ground shortly.
Yeah, he needs a few of his teammates to start working again. They are being outrun by the Blues in the last few minutes.
Smith thumps at 60. Jones attacks it. Ball got to the back to Williams. Hacked the little kick, but into the congestion. Sloan fed it out to McHenry, to Berry. They're off and running. Seedsman didn't have a long kick on, had to go short. To Schomburg, doesn't have a lot on either. Feeds it out wide. He's got Walker on the option table, and he hits him lace out, does Jimmy Rowe. He had a few options. He had to pick the right one, and boy, did he pick the right one. Walker, a chance to make this a 2-kick game. Blues have got a number of spent players on the bench. Got a few exhausted, got a few injured. Tex to make it a 2-kick game, and he misses.
They've got the territory, Jono. They can hold it in and get another crack.
Yeah, that's the key now. A couple of repeat entries for the Adelaide Crows. See if they can really build pressure now back on the Blues defence after they missed their opportunities 3 in a row over the last 5 minutes.
Wiedering heads out way too wide. Free kick to Kelly. McKay.
Tex has got a mismatch. If he can get it there.
He takes off, hits a good spot. Tex will be the leaper from 4 deep. Bury the crummer from the front, and they wrap him up quickly. Not a bad spot for a ball up for the Crows, though. Big pack around it. Blues have 14, 15 back inside defensive 50 from the scramble. Williams hacks it out. Oh, he's in the one-on-one ahead of the ball. Ball thumped to Duday. Good collect in the end. And he spears that to Walker.
And what an excellent kick it was, Jerry, because they've been bombing it. Wiedering sitting back, Jones waiting for that long ball to come in.
Yeah, all day they've played into the hands of Carlton's defence. That's the kick they needed to hit up.
But composure as well, because a rush of blood here, thinking we're coming, we're a chance here, and to hit that up the way he did, Duday, sensational.
Reality is the Crows need to kick 3, maybe 4 to win. Blues just 1.
In struts Walker. It's long, it's strong, it's beautiful.
Great goal from Tex. You mentioned one, he hasn't made the All-Australian side. Well, if he's not in the All-Australian side right now, then there's a couple of blokes who are getting under my guard. I can tell you this bloke has been one of the great stories of the year. Been absolutely in awe of his performance. He was dead and buried at the end of last season. He's come back and he has put on one of the great clinics, one of the great shows all year. Well played, Tex. Can he get his team home? Talk about an important centre clearance, Jono.
Yeah, this is huge. Tex Walker, 7 shots at goal, 3 goals, 4 on the day. It's been a great battle with Wiedering.
Crows were 18 points up. They were 34 points down. And now 10 points down. Keys got a handball away, or did he? He did, and he was held too long. And off he struts. Plants his foot into it. Walker! Thought it caught a fingernail on the way through, so it wasn't paid. That's in the back-ish. Umpire says no.
Roll over the top.
I think Tex was a bit stiff for not having got a free kick through the back. He was nudged under the ball. Emily, that's legal.
Wiedering with a little back palm. Doherty didn't pay the one earlier. 20 seconds ago, they can't pay that. Rowe wrapped him up. Wiedering flicks it out towards Saad. Little bounce to his own advantage and now bangs it towards the wing. Oh, good trap. Butts, Mackay, somehow to Duday. Duday tries to fend off Kennedy. Got him. Eddie Betts stole it. Little knock on. Was beautiful. Curnow towards the 1-on-2. Always was always going to find that tough. Seedsman collects it. Eddie about to collect him. Just got it to Brown in time. Hands to Hamill. Uses the full 15. Heads toward Walker. Wiedering. Big grab. And now Nunes is out. He's got a paddock. Has a bounce. It's got big Riley O'Brien running after him. He takes him on, danced inside him. Long kick, Mackay the target, Mackay!
Good run.
Awesome grab from Big Harry.
Great grab from Harry. He'll probably go around the corner from here. But it was just a brilliant kick also after the one-on-one battle. Didn't favour Tex. They've fallen for that on the review. They'll say, well, this is one of the reasons we lost the game, if in fact they do. But Wiedering was superb, quickly moved it out to Nunes on the wing, and this was a good kick. One-on-one, great mark.
To stretch the margin to 16 points from directly out. Wow.
And that's it there, because he ran that hard, Mackay, to create the opportunity for himself. Absolutely spent. So he took as much time as he needed to, but unfortunately just not delivering with those set shots.
Brown, his chips have won to space. Jones, Schomburg, still full of run the Crows. Heads toward the wing, Dow, front spot.
Good mark.
Great mark.
Pretty average kick just quietly, but a good mark under the heat.
Back to Wiedering. Blues showing some poise here. All the way back to Newman, who has to go and fetch on the bounce. Walker comes at him, pressurises the kick, forced a little wider maybe than he intended. Curnow, clever, inside. Newman off and running. Pulls the kick short. Found Owies, looks up, he's got Walsh out wide. Cripps is forward. Mackay's forward. Mackay got up there. Martin crumbs it. Gathers, goes, looks inside. Found Walsh. Back to Martin. He's got the short option. Lace out for Petrevski-Seton.
Now they're all telling him, they're pointing, have a shot. We need one goal to win this game of footy. And great work off the back line. One of the Crows forwards just sat there and stopped, and his man went for the second effort and created the overlap. And that's why Sam Petrevski-Seton gets a shot. Generally a good kick. Long way out, though.
Back into the team this week. In his struts. Massive moment. He has launched it and launched it to the near side. 2 goals in it. 12 points. 4.5 minutes left. And Blues fans have seen this movie before.
Yeah, 5 behinds in this quarter, Dwayne. 0-5.
And so have Crows fans. They saw a 36-point comeback last game. Short to Keys.
That's a brilliant kick.
Keys knows time is of the essence here. He doesn't want to waste it.
And a good break here by the Crows. It's a well-orchestrated move, this.
Butts to Scholl.
Corridor.
Brilliantly delivered. Kelly picking their way through them. Blues getting players back, but they're leaving players free. McKay to Jones. Heads out wide. Strange option going for McHenry and Williams.
Yeah, you're on the money, Dwayne. Big Roy Riley was sitting there in the hole. They just ignored him, didn't see him.
They haven't kicked to advantage well all day for their forwards, though, the Adelaide Crows.
Petrevski-Seton short to Walsh. This would mean more than just the 4 points for the Blues and for David Teague if they can get the job done, but it's not done yet. Duday, although there's a hold, it's Cripps' ball. 3 minutes left. Cripps hands it to Saad. Sends it long. Can they get a mark? Mackay got up there. Can't. Fogarty crunched, brought down, gang tackled, and gone.
Get themselves a chance, but they've got a transition.
Kelly, Jones, Shaw. Two goals, 2.5 minutes. That's the equation.
Riley O'Brien gives them an opportunity. He's working really hard.
McHenry's dropped it. Jones tries to mop up his mess, but he is dumped. Awesome tackle from Hughes. Gone. And that could be the game winner. He can take his time. He doesn't, though. He sees Newman out wide. If he can tick it under 2 minutes.
Jack Martin's free. He's got to hit him up, take 30 seconds.
Can they land a knockout blow? Can Mackay get up? One grab, not the second. Butts tried to crumb it. Ball fills to Cripps. Not 15 to Koning.
Well, it's not 15.
Hold the ball.
Holding the ball, holding the ball.
12 points to margin. Crows need more than 2 goals to win it. 2 goals to steal a draw, and is kept alive. No, it's not. Ball in. David Teague, second full season as coach. This would be enormous. To steal a victory. And that looked a little high on McKay.
But their attack on the ball has been superb all night, the Blues.
So McKay to Kelly, straight down the spine. No time to waste now for the Crows. Jimmy Rowe to Thilthorpe, to Walker.
Kick.
He floats it wide.
Excellent.
Precision ball used to Shoal.
Oh, he had to sprint, just go to get to the goal square and kick it open goal. Took his time, just had to get there. He was well and truly open in front of him.
Oh, that would have made it a one-kick game. It's 11 points.
One kick, 1 minute.
Thump down the line. Can Riley O'Brien get there? He can, and he's jumped on in the process of marking. Seedsman, he's about to launch it. Sends it long, goal square. Fogarty edged out of the contest. No free. Key's about to attack it. Knocked it out. Got it to Smith. Bends it long, goal square. Jones, a match-winning fist. They'll win it now, the Blues.
Yeah, fitting that Jones got the fist on it. Because he has been superb from the first minute to the last.
Crowd don't know how long left. They've been deafening all afternoon, the Blues fans. Cripps was awesome early, sees it out. 16 seconds from jubilation. Carlton coming off 3 losses in a row. The coach has been under pressure. The players have been under pressure. The captain signed a 6-year extension during the week. Key stumps it long, and Jones, who's been unstoppable all afternoon, paid the mark. The goal won't count. Jimmy Rowe, arms in the air. Won't get that added to his resume. David Teague. He knows he's got it now. The seconds start ticking. And is this the start of something beautiful for the Blues?
What a win for the Blues, Jono. Such a long week. I reckon there'll be 3 pizzas in live lunch straight away. Giancarlo, the legend, he'll be absolutely delighted, and the celebration will be long and